What up, yo? It's Mr. Crack representing Hartford, Connecticut, and I'm back with my new mixtape blog. And yo, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, like what's the next subject I'ma touch on? And I've been thinking about it. There's a couple of subjects I wanna touch on, but this the one I'ma go with because, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot so I could break it down better, you know, for you to understand my opinion and what I think. And this is the Mr. Crack top 5 rappers of all time, and I'ma break it down. But yo, I wanna say from the start of it, the only way a rapper should be in anybody's top 5, they should have a classic album. If they don't have a classic album, they shouldn't even be mentioned in niggas' top 5 at all, because you could just throw anybody in. But the standard should be so high for somebody's top 5 that they should have a classic. And all my rappers have a classic. It's only one that may have a debatable classic, but all my rappers, they got classics under my belts to me. And I'm not saying it just off of my personal opinion. You know, it's mainly why that everybody agree that these rappers have classic albums and stuff. So yo, we gonna start it off, and I'm gonna break down why I put them in my top 5 and stuff, and they albums that I love. Now, number 5 in my top 5 is Nas, and I thought about this the longest. I really didn't want to put him in. Now, I believe that AZ is a better lyricist than Nas. The only thing that holds AZ back is the fact that he doesn't have a classic album, and he got a lot of mediocre albums. So, you know, you gotta have a high standard for top 5 rappers. And I got Nas. Not to say that Nas is not nice and stuff. He gets busy and he's creative. That's what I think that people don't understand these days, that artists should be creative. They should have songs that nobody else, subjects they never touched on. You know, explore new realms. I don't want a rapper making the same type of music or songs every last album. I just don't want to hear it. You know, I like different albums for different things and stuff. So I'ma say my favorite Nas album, It Was Written. Y'all already know how I feel about Illmatic and stuff, but to me, Nas' classic album is It Was Written and Stillmatic. Those are my 2 favorite albums by Nas. And he got other, you know, other albums that's good. He got songs that's creative. You know, I think, you know, the song that blows me away the most by Nas is Rewind, because it takes a lot of talent and thought process to tell a story backwards. Even though the story is simplistic, when you listen to it and break it down, it's just the fact that how hard it gotta be for the story to go backwards, and it makes sense and stuff. And then at the end, you hear the recording and it plays it back forward. I just think that's creative and stuff. So, you know, I got Nas as 5 on my list. Now, my number 4, and I know people may not understand it, not gonna agree, but my number 4, the reason I got him over Nas is that people don't understand how hard it is to write a story in song format. So my number 4 is Slick Rick. He got a classic, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick. And I love all Slick Rick albums. I'm not gonna say all of them are hot, but I don't think he got a whack album and stuff. You know, given the fact that he went to jail and had to deal with that, so he wasn't able to put out albums the way he's supposed to and stuff. But with his 4 albums, at least The Great Adventures is a classic and stuff. I like Behind Bars. He got tracks on there that I like. I like The Art of Storytelling. Yeah. I forgot the name of the track on that album that I think is crazy. It's a sex song and stuff, but and then what's the next? The Ruler's Back. I love that album, even given that the fact that some beats sound a little, they is funny, but I don't know, I just like it. I mean, that's just my opinion. I rock with The Ruler's Back and stuff. But the reason why I got Slick Rick number 4, because it's hard to tell a story and make sure that it's vivid for you to understand. People think that you could tell a story and you could understand it and comprehend like it's easy to write a story. No, the hardest part of writing a story in a song is making it rhyme while fitting the rhyme within the storyline. And it's not easy. And the reason that I know it, because I used to write stories and songs, and it's real hard to come up with a rhyme. And even the rhyme that goes with the word, it may not fit the story, so you really have to sit there and think. And it's not an easy process to write a story. I think that's the hardest part of rapping, given that, coming up with similes and punchlines and metaphors and wordplay, all that type of stuff. I think storytelling is the hardest. And when you have other rappers that tell stories, like, to me, I never put Ghostface as one of the top storytellers, because every time I listen to one of his stories, I end up getting lost. I don't know where the fuck the person at or what he's saying, and it just doesn't, it's just all over the place to me and stuff, so, I don't think it's easy to tell stories. So that's why I got Slick Rick number 4. Now my third favorite rapper is Biggie. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Like, either moving him down or taking him off my top 5. And the only reason why, as I get older and I start to understand lyrics a little more, given the fact that he got 2 albums, when I went back as I got older and listened to Ready to Die is not a lyrical album at all and stuff. It's just great songs and stuff when you sit there and listen to the lyrics and stuff. It's not like he's really lyrical on there. He just a great songwriter. Placed in the same category as a Tupac, where they could write great songs. There's a difference between being a lyricist and being a songwriter, as far as that's concerned. Like, people don't understand the difference a lot of times. And as the culture progresses, you can understand it when you incorporate wordplay, lyricism, and triple entendres, similes, metaphors. When you incorporate all that, now you start to understand. So when you listen to Ready to Die, it's just great songs, and that's a classic album. I think, to me, Ready to Die is Biggie's best album. It's a classic. Now, Life After Death album, to me, I don't know, I give it 4 mics and stuff. The reason why I give it 4 mics, I used to think it's a classic, but it's just too many commercial tracks on there for me to tolerate, man. After a while, it just gets tiring when you're listening to the flow of the album. Like, I really don't care for I Love the Dough. I could tolerate More Money, More Problems. Then you got the Little Ken track. And it's just too many of them that mess up the flow of the album as you go along and stuff. I think like 2 commercial tracks would have been good enough, but they was obviously trying to sell an album. But on Life After Death, that's where Biggie's lyricism steps in, and you can hear it and stuff. You can see him progress into a lyricist as a rapper. So I got him in my top 3. I'm still debating on it, but I got him top 3. Now, my second favorite rapper of all time, and I really want to put him number 1, but the number 1 spot is just, until somebody outdo him, I could relate to him, then I'll probably replace him. But I got Ghostface as number 2 on my top 5 list. And the reason that I got Ghost in my I got him in my number 2, is like, he's not the best lyricist in the clan. I believe Jizza is the best lyricist, but he has the best catalog of any rapper in the industry and stuff. And his classic album within that is, he has a debatable classic with Supreme Clientele, but he also has a classic with Raekwon on the Purple Tape. And you can't separate Ghostface from the Purple Tape, because he's on all his songs and he got his own track and stuff. So, I think, if you personally ask me, I think that Ghostface is responsible for the Purple Tape, because Raekwon haven't been able to produce any album near the Purple Tape level, but at least Ghostface have good album after good album. Bulletproof Wallace and stuff, just all this album. I never heard nobody say Ghostface has a whack album and shit. Probably the song that everybody get pissed off about by Ghostface is the Tush song, and I thought it was alright given that it's a commercial track, but Ghostface lyricism, like the verse that he kicked on Guillotine on the Purple Tape is one of the best verses I ever heard. The verse on Ghostface, Return of the 36th Chamber, that verse, lead vocalist, music specialist, rap arsonist, like my boy Ghostface was getting busy on that track, man, and I think, given that all the albums and how he held the Wu down, I will put Ghostface #1 on my list. But the #1 spot is reserved for the greatest rapper of all time. And the reason that I'm gonna put my boy Tupac #1 is because I relate to Tupac the most. Now, when I was a kid, I really didn't care for Tupac because I was growing up. I was into the rappers that had lyrics and was creative. Now, Tupac, the reason that I got him #1 is now that I'm older and I go back and listen to all the tracks, a lot of the political tracks that he was rapping about or stuff that he was going to, I can relate to, and it touches you more. You understand it more now that I'm an adult now. So that's the reason why I got him #1 and stuff. And given that, even if Tupac don't have to be a lyricist, what people don't understand is different type of aspects to the game where somebody could be qualified for the #1 spot or top 5. They don't have to be lyrical. You got some rappers that lyrical and be rapping a bunch of bullshit. Nobody don't give a fuck about that shit. It sounds good, but it don't touches you and shit. But if you got a person that can touch you, and it's not like Tupac is whack as a rapper, it ain't like he's saying a bunch of garbage. He touches you. His classic album to me is really Machiavelli. I really don't care for All Eyes on Me. There's tracks on there that I fuck with, but I really don't care for that album too much. His second best album to me is Me Against the World, but there's certain tracks I could do without and stuff. And the reason that I love Tupac's career as a rapper because it shows the growth of an artist over time and stuff as they learn how to make songs. His first album is weak. I really don't care for Tupac's album. I don't even listen to it. The second album, Strictly for My Niggas, got a couple of tracks, probably like 3-4 tracks tops that I mess with. I really don't care for the production on that album, but where Pac really come into as an artist full swing is Me Against the World, where he grows with the production and his subject matters even more so. I just love Pac, man. I just relate to him. My favorite songs is Life Go On, White Man's World, Lord Knows. I don't know, maybe Lord Knows is my favorite Tupac track, man. That track is just crazy, man. So, that's my top 5 rappers of all time. So, in the comment section, let me know what you think, or hit me on Instagram, Facebook, and let me know what you think, man. It's Mr. Crack, and I'm out. 1.